Oh, hello, 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 and welcome to another edition of Stogie 411 with my partner in crime, Mike Williams, over there, and he's going to let you know who we have on today if you haven't figured it out already.
Yeah, if you haven't figured it out, then you need these, what I have on my face. But we got none other than Mr. Room 101 himself, Matt Booth. How's it going, Matt?
Hi guys, how are you?
We're not sure it is Matt. He's saying it's Matt Booth, but we're not sure. But I think about another 5 minutes, you're going to realize it really is Matt Booth. So how's it going, brother?
Man, I am absolutely capital, man. I'm very well. Thank you for asking. How are you, sir?
We are doing very well, and we are very happy that we finally have made this collaboration happen, and we're honored to have you on our show.
My friend, the honor is all mine. Now, would it be that I'm doing well, or I'm doing good and I am well? Or I'm good and I'm doing well?
You're good at doing well.
There you go. Or you're well at
Yeah, you're well at being good.
One or two.
I see.
Could be any of the above.
Take your pick.
I like that, how you just answered my question without answering my question.
We do that a lot.
That's how good we are.
That's nice. You could be in politics. Nice.
Oh crap! Well, listen, Matt. Let's get this shit on the road here, and basically, we like to start off the show. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there.
You know what, man? I'm moving today, and I'm very frazzled, and I just realized that Did you not get my request for my red M&Ms for this interview?
No, we did not.
I always need a stuffed jackalope and M&Ms. I cannot perform under these conditions. Okay, hold on. Focus. What was the question?
Shit, I forgot.
Where's my hairstylist?
Yeah, your hairstyle. Who does your hair?
Me. Well, and my mom when I go home. She's nuts. What was? Oh, about me?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Well, let me see. What can I tell you about me? I'm a little different, I think. I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
I love what I do. And I'd like to think that after years of practice, I have begun to do it well, or I do it good.
There we go again.
Which one is it?
It's both.
Yeah. I think doing it good doesn't sound too. I think doing it well.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so fine. So, I stepped into the cigar business officially in 2009, gracefully, as a gazelle would prance across the field through daisies along with bunny rabbits and such, and I brought to you the first installment of our brand in the form of tobacco. Which I know specifically that one of you fiendish characters enjoys tremendously, because I see you twattering about it all the time. The original 808,
yes,
right?
Love it.
It's okay. I'm not too proud of that cigar, but you keep enjoying that.
I will.
And Men in Black, my last comment from your memory, because I don't want it to affect the way you enjoy it. Because cigars are truly a personal journey, personal experience.
Yeah.
So, as my man Sugar Free said, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So, I have renamed that cigar in certain circles the cigar that will no longer be mentioned.
We'll make sure to mention it a lot then today.
Yeah, please do, and mention it well, and do good at what you.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not Jonathan Drew? I feel like we're interviewing Jonathan Drew again.
I love Jonathan Drew.
I do as well.
Not in that way, you fiend. But I love him. He's a beautiful man. You know, I mean, all these guys, man. I was just actually down in Miami for a photo shoot for a very well-known cigar publication, and it was kind of a funny experience. And it was like I'm still somewhat, it's still somewhat blowing my fuse by. Even invited to this thing. I was like, how did I get invited to the cool kids party, man? And it was myself, Jonathan Drew, Mr. Peter Johnson Esquire the First. We had Dion from Illusion, and John Huber,
Yeah.
and George Rico, my man. And we all did a photo shoot together, man, and it was very cool. It wasn't an environment like, I mean, the only time that we're ever, that many of us are together is typically like a trade show or something like that, and we was actually very private. It was just us, and you know, we parlayed a bit. We sat back and whatnot, and got our photos taken for a feature. And it was kind of a very mind-blowing experience, because it was, you know, as I was sitting around the room talking to these guys, that, I mean, I look up to every one of those guys in one way, shape, or form, you know, and I thought how grotesquely humbling and how much of an honor it was just to be, you know, by at least by someone apparently deserving to be in that group, man. And I just it was really kind of a testament to what we've done in a very short amount of time in this business. So I was very, very honored to be there, man. Yeah. I don't know if that answers your question. I don't even really know what we're talking about anymore. Did you guys get the picture of me in the tutu up? Is that happening? Or
everybody's seen it, probably. You're all set.
Are we just using the same image the whole time, or can somebody like swap it out with different stuff?
We're just using the same. We're not that kind of a big show, Matt. We don't have that kind of budget, you know. We're kind of on the beginner budget, you know.
So you're not doing well.
No.
No.
Are you doing good?
We're not.
You're doing good. You are doing well, man. Come on, you're doing very well. I have never had to schedule something, actually adhere to it so far in advance. It was very mind-blowing for me, man. I was very nervous. I thought, oh my God, I'm probably gonna miss this shit again, and he's gonna kill me. You know? So I want you to know that this is exercise, you know, and you guys definitely have your ish together.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Well, we appreciate it. So let's get back to some questions here, Matt, that we can hopefully get a damn answer on.
What's the question? What's the question, man?
How are you doing? Well or good? At least you're not calling me from the shitter this time, Matt. I had to tell everybody that Matt called me the other day.
I was Skyping you
from the shitter.
I was not calling you. And I call it the can, sir.
The can. Well, up in New York, we call it the shitter.
Such a vile place, New York. You know, it's like you guys. You know, you know what I like about New York is you guys don't even have time to be nice.
Yeah.
To people. You know, it's like it's so busy. Like, you know, but genuinely, like if somebody like I would drop a wad of cash on the sidewalk, dummy, in Manhattan, I was like, oh, you're totally fucked, man. And these people swarmed him, and they all picked up his cash and handed it to him. And then they were like, fuck off, and they left. Like, before he could even, he was saying thank you to the backs of their heads as they walked away. It was like, you know, you walk up to somebody like, how do I get here? They're like, boom, 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 and now, fuck off. And they're gone. You know, so that's my impression of New York. I like it. I like New York. I also like wearing ladies' underpants. I don't know if that's applicable.
All fits together. It all fits together. It's good.
It's not... I was told I was calling in because I was supposed to. I'm trying to audition for the Boys to Men comeback tour. Backup dancer. Is this not the call?
This is the call. Yes, yes. You were on the proper call.
Nice.
We're interviewing people for the new Charlie Sheen show.
Hose and Blow.
Yeah.
Is that?
And
is that perfect? Here I am. I'm here, guys. I'm your man. Let's go.
You do know you're auditioning as a hoe, right?
Man, whatever.
It's a living.
We didn't tell you what the part was, but
it's a dirty job. Well, what's it? Come on, let's get brass tacks. I mean, how much? How much for the sodomy?
Yeah.
So look, let's talk about some cigars. I'm a little scattered today.
Actually, let's start off with you with your jewelry and your accessories. That's how you got started before you came into the cigars, correct?
I don't want to talk about it. No, I'm okay. No, I just yeah, I did, man. I had this little idea to start Room 101, and I felt like I had some some different ideas than were being expressed in the silver form back in the day. And very early on, I actually made a name for myself in the silver subculture of Los Angeles, the silver soap opera, if you will, as someone that was doing super bulky, yet engineered well, I might say, designs of Japanese deities and characters, which everybody was on the skulls, and you know, pretty much in any creative business, I think, you know, you will find that there are very few creators and many people that are capable in a like a manufacturing sense or what have you, that simply if, you know, an idea takes off or a design takes off, there are going to be, or whatever. It's the same in cigars. Something works, 20 people copy that.
Right.
You know, it's you know, so I wanted to come up with something different if I was going to do it. You know, I wasn't going to reinvent the wheel. I was just going to do something my way. And I feel that I accomplished that. Over the years, my collection has evolved. My eye for design, similar to my palate and tobacco, has evolved. And the things I'm doing now completely cripple the you know, some of my original designs. I had a conversation with a gentleman in the fashion business this morning, and I was just telling him how I'm almost embarrassed, you know, like of what I was doing, you know, 5-6 years ago, and what I'm doing now in the moment is where it's at. And I think that that's a big part of growing, evolving, growing well, and you know, like you know, you got to keep it moving in the forward direction.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sufficiently answer your question?
Yeah, that was
great
good.
answer. Great answer.
All right.
Well, tell us a little bit how you got started with Camacho.
Well, I was at a clown convention in New Orleans, and I ran into, you know, I was looking to score some party favors down in the red light district, and I ran into some of their staff there. I was shocked. I mean, shocking. And you know, we struck up a conversation, and the next thing I knew, I was in Honduras making cigars with them. And I thought, wow, you know, I like cigars. My Uncle Leroy likes cigars. This is fantastic. What a shrewd business move to add a premium tobacco product to my collection, because it's truly a lifestyle collection that I'm building, and that is lifestyle.
Right.
And you know, here we are later. I never knew how deeply in love with the subculture of premium tobacco I would have fallen desperately in love with.
Nice. I hope you walked on the plane. You weren't in the luggage department. Hello?
Uh-oh. I
Matt?
think we lost Matt.
Hello? Matt? Well, Matt's on his he's on his iPhone, and it looks like, no, I'm still connected to him. Matt?
It's those Apple products.
Boy, just yeah. Hang tight, guys. I don't know what happened. It's definitely started off a crazy show, and it looks like it's gonna be a crazy show. Matt is on his iPhone, and I'm not sure if he lost the signal or what happened.
Yeah, we'll find out here shortly, but
hopefully he'll buzz back. Let's I'm gonna disconnect him and call him back. Yep, he went off. That's what happened. All right.
and now you might see the picture might get a little wacky for a little bit just because of.
Okay, are we
Oh,
back?
there he is.
Yeah, we're there, brother. Don't know what happened.
Man, because I'm on my cell phone, and some dude just... Joe Savino, if you're out there, I love you, brother, but don't... Your boy's on the radio. Don't call back. Just yet. I'll call you back. Okay. Apparently, every time somebody calls my... Which, surprisingly, it hasn't rang every 10 seconds. Wow.
That's
that
all right.
was...
At least we know what happens. We'll just call you back.
Yeah, it's no
Don't worry
problem.
Yeah, that was
All
frustrating.
good.
So what was I saying? Oh yeah, looking to score a package. Ran into the guys from Camacho Cigars, and then here we are. You know, I think that, you know, that was slightly embellished. I throw large after parties to promote my brand. at different industry trade shows. And it was there that I ran into the guys from Camacho trying to score a package. No, they came to provide cigars for an after party of mine, and that's where we initially met. And at the time, I was working on a series of smokers accessories that were geared towards cigar smokers, of course. And from there, I wanted an introduction to a reputable humidor craftsman, maker, if you will, because I wanted to add custom humidors to the collection. It was kind of through a byproduct of that conversation that, we kind of just started talking about, wow, man, maybe we could collaborate on a cigar. And one thing, like I said, man, after that conversation, it was boom. I was in Honduras a week later.
Nice.
Now,
trying to score.
It might be easy down there.
You notice the trend here. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
With the cigars, how involved are you with the entire process? Are you more of a stand back kind of guy and let them do their thing?
No, not at all, man. If it's going to have my name on it, it's going to have my hands on it, so to speak.
Nice.
And I am just as involved in the development of my cigars as I am with the development of my jewelry designs, because to me, my cigars are my design.
Right.
Obviously, it's a different situation as far as manufacturing and whatnot, but it is truly a craft, it's truly an art form, and the more I have learned and the more capable I have become, and the less I needed the training wheels, so to speak. And I'm not saying I'm there yet. I mean, I would never be so uppity as to imply that I don't have anything left to learn. Because I have a tremendous amount to learn. I just feel that I have also, if I actually stop for a minute to smell the roses, look behind me, I can actually see how far I've progressed. So, now I can go into the factory and blend a cigar, with assistance, and it's been that way for a while. But when I came into the business, I was more of a recreational smoker. I wasn't smoking for a living, so to speak.
Right.
Well, Matt's got a question for you in the chat room, Matt. He wants to know, how many test blends did you go through before you came up with the original 101 blend?
That's an interesting question. That one, to reference my aforementioned statements, that cigar was the one that I had the most help with. So I would call that blend a true collaboration between myself and Christian. I would have to say that that cigar we started working on in the fall of 2008. We released in 2009 at the trade show with a gorgeous blend. We probably went through, I would say, I don't know, man, 20 to 30 variations. I mean, it was like the most, the more I learn, the less fiddle-faddling around I have to do. I can puff on it, go, no. Or, man, I thought that was going to be good, and no. Or, I didn't realize this was going to be good. Awesome. And it doesn't take as long. But yeah, I'd say around 30, man, 20 to 30. And that cigar, unfortunately, kids, I don't want to break your heart. I don't want to erode the very foundation of your sanity and well-being in the cigar business, but the cigar never made it into your hands the way it was blended, man. It arrived a different cigar, which, welcome to the cigar business, Matt Booth. Now we learn how this shit goes down. So, it was a very unfortunate thing. The cigar that we blended, worked very hard on, was a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous cigar. And if you like the one that you're smoking, which shall not be mentioned, you would have fallen deeply in love with that cigar.
Now, do you have any plans to bring that one out that you did blend at first?
Oh, I have a theory that you will see that blend someday. It probably won't have my label on it though, but we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you posted.
Sounds good.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, Matt,
Yeah.
Tony P wants to know in the chat room, how long you been smoking cigars?
Well, Tony P, my uncle Leroy introduced me to cigar smoking. I mean, he was smoking ever since I could remember. I would probably say I tried one with him high school age. However, you know, cigars were a very casual source of enjoyment for me throughout my formative years. I would definitely, you know, I think in those days, calling myself a novice smoker would have, you know, you know, when it became a facet of my business, is when I delved into it. You know, I dove in head first. So, how long have I been smoking, and how long have I been in love with tobacco? I think are two different questions.
Yep.
You know, I would definitely say when we, you know, around the time that we were developing that cigar is when going to the factory changed my life, changed the direction of my life, changed the direction of my business, and here we are today as a byproduct of that. Does that, Tony P, does that answer your question? I can't hear any.
No, you won't hear them. They're live in the chat room.
What is that?
It just means they're typing back and forth. We can see it.
Yes.
Can they hear me?
Yeah, they can hear you though. Yes, they can hear your answer.
It doesn't seem.
Yep. Tony says yes, thanks.
He says yes, thank you. Yep. Well, let's see, Matt. You got your. How much does your jewelry design? How much does does that incorporate into your cigar line? You know, I see that a lot of your stuff has to do with some. I'm not sure what the word is, but it's not skulls, but it's other gothical figures and stuff like that. And on your cigars, I noticed on your boxes they have that design too. Do you incorporate a lot of your jewelry design into your cigar line?
I mean, I try to incorporate and communicate the feeling, the sentiment of the brand. You know, my style guide for my brand has always been, you know, West Coast meets Far East. You know, it's been a mashup between LA flavor and Japanese flavor. So, you know, most of the characters you see, you know, are my version of one deity or another. Japanese Buddhist deities, or, you know, characters from No Theater. The Fu, which is my main logo and main character of my brand, is actually my version of an Okinawan Shisa dog, which is a protective, almost like a gargoyle, if you will.
Cool.
Yeah, it did.
It did.
Okay.
I can't see Matt. I can't see Mike to see if he's going to ask you a question, so it's kind of difficult. He's frozen on my end, so I'm kind of giving him room to jump in, but I can't see shit, so I don't know.
I'll jump in. That's all right.
Where can I see these questions? Can I get on this thing and look? Not
on your phone. You have to go to the computer.
Where are these people typing?
Yeah, you'd have to be on a computer.
Oh, it's on. Ah. Well.
I don't think they have one in the bathroom, do they, Matt?
Fine. Well, only in the finer hotels, but that's not where I am. I stay in the kind that you got to pay by the hour if you catch my drift. Gotcha. Okay, so what were you doing?
Well,
question?
Well, I want to ask you about a cigar that I stole yesterday from Jerry Cruz.
Didn't your mom tell you not to?
No, she said as long as it benefits me, it's okay.
Mama's a hustler. Mama's a hustler. I like that.
It is the Room 101 pre-release sample San Andreas. It says coming April 12th. What can you tell everybody in our website and chat room about the new cigar coming out?
It's just some bullshit, man. Just some bullshit that we whipped up in Honduras. I quite frankly prefer the Robusto format to the size that you have. I think the Robusto is the performer of the collection.
Okay.
Although I do like to smoke personally the smaller sizes, just because I like to eliminate the dong factor, as I like to call it, with the larger cigars, which you guys are clearly fans of. So it's The blend is some Honduran bullshit for the filler and San Andreas Seco wrapper, hence the name. Clever, I know. But I really wanted to make a tasty cigar that had an individual profile, that was going to be its own unique smoking experience, and that was slightly more affordable. Not cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, I've learned enough about the business to know that, you know, doing my limited edition series and all that is very nice and cool and all that, but I need a daily driver, you know. I need a daily driver in the collection, and I feel like the ones so far that should have been daily drivers have all been released into the marketplace at too high a price point. I think we missed the mark by $1 or $2 with those cigars, and that was, you know, a combination of you know, my inexperience in the business up until that point, and also, you know, when you work with a big company like that, you know, I'd just like to say, hey guys, anytime you want to chime in with some advice, feel free. But I think I got a handle on it now. But back then, it could have helped a little bit. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So anyways, this one is going to be a better cigar and more affordable. So it's a no-brainer. It's one that somebody's going to go in and pick up 2 to 3 at a time. You know, nothing over $8, even in the 60 for you guys. I did that for you two specifically.
Nice.
And
yeah, we appreciate it.
Of course, come on. And so what? You got me on the 411 show, man. It's the least I could do. So, you know, just be on the lookout for it, and smoke it, and tell me what you think of it.
Sounds good.
I'm glad to.
But I will say this: if you don't like that one in that size, you have to try the Robusto before you can give the series a valid assessment.
Okay.
And if you do, then the series is awesome.
Yeah,
how that works?
look at that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Matt, your one shot, one kill cigar got a 93-point rating in Cigar Insider. How'd you feel about that? And tell us a little bit about that cigar.
Total boner. I actually was informed of this when I was sitting around with these guys in Miami. The aforementioned group of characters, you know.
Right.
Yep.
And they actually told me, they were like, "Yo, you got a blah 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 blah," you know. And I was like, "How what? You know, I was honored. You know, it's kind of funny, man. You know, you're dealing with a very individual thing. So you make something that you're very proud of, and you're excited about, and other people won't be, you know. Or sometimes they will. It's really hit and miss, man. You know. But I'm just glad that cigar specifically got that level of attention. Now we'll see if they can actually put it in the print magazine. Hint, hint. Oh my God. Cigar Insider, phenomenal. It goes out to what, guys in cigar shops? How about the magazine? God bless, man. Is it too much? Have I not done enough? Have I not defiled myself in public enough times to get that type of attention? I don't know. Do I have to accuse other people of being at the aforementioned site of me trying to score a package to get the type of attention that I, you know, because I can bring everybody into this. I can say we're all on cell phones trying to score right now.
Yeah.
But I don't. Okay. Well, so.
Well, tell us a little bit about the blend, about the cigar.
Which one?
One shot, one kill.
The one shot, one kill.
Oh, yeah, man. That cigar. Well, first, let me tell you a little bit about the cigar. Then I'll tell you about the blend, because it's all part of the picture. My photographer, Edgar Hoyle, Hoill. Look him up. He's the man. Him and I have been working together exclusively, no homo, for many years. And he is the man responsible for all of my promotional imagery, item photography, a very accomplished photographer, world traveled. His camera has taken him all around the world many, many times, many times over, and has shot, anything from the covers of Lowrider magazine for 7 years straight to, legends like, Horiyoshi III in Japan and so on and so forth. Little old me every once in a while. And his nickname is One Shot, One Kill, and that refers to his camera skills. And before I was a jeweler, I was a machine gunner in the Marine Corps Infantry, and One Shot, One Kill has a little bit of a different meaning for us, but it all works. And, I was very taken by some of the imagery I saw of his, and I knew immediately after seeing one of his photos that this was the guy. This is the guy that I have. And so I called him up, got in touch with him, we met. Him and I met when I was working out of a garage space in Hollywood, like a tiny little shack, man. And that was like in the parking lot of a storage facility. And he came there, and we met, and that was it, man. The rest is history. And I've always wanted to do, I did a dedication ring for him, the OSOC. Did a little jewelry collection for him, and I always wanted, because he is also a big fan of the cigar, a lover of the leaf, as I've heard us referred to, and I wanted to do a tribute cigar for him. So that is his signature cigar.
Nice.
The blend is Honduran and Ecuadorian. Wrapper is Ecuadorian. Filler is Honduran. I went heavy on the Honduran from Christian's Farm specifically. I actually got the tail end of a little bit of tobacco that was available to us, and I actually had made what was available. So it was extreme. I mean, it was like basically like the remnants. You go into like a tailor shop, and you get remnants of fabric after they've done their cuts for the trousers and jackets and whatnot. And this was basically remnants, man, like just the last little bits of this tobacco. And I said, man, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous blend, and I want to do something with it. And I thought, well, if there's not so much, why not a limited, and let's do Edgar's cigar with this stuff. So that is my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, now my brother-in-law had a question in the chat channel. He wanted to know the 8x60 size. How did you come up with that monster?
The dong. Well, funny you would ask. I wanted a little variety in the series. I wanted that basic size format. I happen to be a huge Fuente fan, and I like the bestseller size, and I think that our little Filero is pretty close to that. It's a little bit bigger than the short story-ish kind of thing. And then I wanted like some sort of Grand Salomon, like a Tyrannosaurus of cigars. I wanted something that was classy in the size, but that was going to be very mannish,
right.
And that cigar, I think, accomplished that. I have heard stories that it has taken 3 hours for certain people to smoke that cigar.
Well, it's a big-ass cigar.
It's yes, it is a big-ass cigar, yes. And but I think they were doing other stuff at the same time, but it was just something that they could casually marinate with for a good period of time, and that is actually the one that got the highest rating.
Nice.
Well, let's see, Humidor Moose wants to know, is there a Tony's Tacos in California?
No,
Humidor Moose? Yes! I love it.
That's a little inside joke, I have to say here. Humidor Muse, we were down...
Muse. I thought you said Moose.
I might have said Moose.
we were down at an event.
There's someone on this. Yeah.
We were at an event yesterday, and it was just a funny little thing. Now these guys are probably laughing already that are in the chat that were there. But he asked his friend LOD there. He said, when we stopped at that Mexican, LOD, yep. And he said, when we stopped at that little Mexican place we got those drinks at, and he looks at me and goes, it was Italian. So that's how the Tony's Tacos thing came in. That's
Well, there is a Tony's.
Is it?
In it's actually a very famous joint in like close to Venice in Culver City.
See that?
Tony's Tacos. That's a fucking landmark. Excuse my F.
Yes, it is. It is a landmark. It was on Drivers Dining and Dives.
Oh, with my man's show right there.
Yeah,
very
that's
nice.
right. That's right. Another person from California.
Yes, but he's from Northern California,
Right.
which could be a country from Southern California.
Well, listen, hey Matt, what's your favorite shape or size in a cigar? Do you have a favorite?
The smaller the better, man. Honestly, the smaller the better. I like traditional Cuban formats. Not to be corny, I do not. I don't like. I like to be able to ingest the tobacco and not feel that my mouth is to be around a fixture, you know, if you will, to put it politely. But then again, you know, different strokes for different folks, man.
That's
right.
right.
So it's not capping on anybody's personal taste or preference. La Polina is releasing a cigar called the Kill Bill, which is absolutely 100% the shit. I love it. I've only had the pleasure of smoking a handful of them over the last couple months because I don't believe they're actually out yet. But it's a little, I believe it's a 4x40, 4x42, something like that. My Papi Chulo is a 4x42, which I own the trademark for that shit. Thank you very much. And just putting that out there for all the kids in tobacco land. And yeah, smaller the better. Coronas. That would be my size of choice, because every blend can truly be calibrated to perform to its peak performance in any size.
Right.
It just takes some concentration, you know, and focus, but you can do it. Typically, excuse me. Typically, thank you, so polite of you. You know, typically the smaller ones, I find to be just slightly punchier across the board, and you know, just more comfortable for me. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, variety is the spice of life, man. You know, if I smoke a little bit and I want a different flavor, I can easily smoke through one of those and pick up something else, and so on and so forth.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do well with commitment. I mean, of that nature.
All right, now you brought out quite a few cigars now in the Room 101 line. What is your best seller right now?
Namakubi.
Is it? Okay.
Namakubi, man. Well, I mean, look, the Osak, had there been more of it,
Yeah.
I mean, it was sold when as soon as the boxes came in, they were already spoken for the entire series. It's gone. You know, I have people that have actually tried to reach out to me because they weren't having luck with their, you know, the guys that are put in position to sell in their specific territory. And the reason why they're not having any luck with them is because there is none. It's gone. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. You know, and that's it. So I believe we could have sold an ass-ton more of that cigar if we had it. Unfortunate, but true. Namakubi has been a performer. Namakubi is really when we started cooking with gas. That was my perfect storm. Kind of like Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction album was the perfect storm for them. The Namakubi in the tobacco world was the perfect storm for me. My blending was on hit. You know, the presentation, everything, 100% Room 101, 100% me. And people dug it, man. People dug it so much, I've already seen people, you know, making stuff that looks similar. So, I mean, obviously, we did well.
Cool.
Well, why don't we tell everybody who may not have tried it a little bit about that blend as well?
The Namakubi is a gorgeous blend of Honduran and Dominican fillers with a Honduran binder and an Ecuadorian rosado wrapper. It's manufactured in the Camacho facilities in Donley, Honduras, and has manufactured multiple vitolas, my favorite being the Papi Chulo, which I own the trademark, 4x42 size format, rolled with care on the thighs of 13-year-old
Oh,
virgins.
jeez.
Dudes, virgin dudes, yeah. Actually, what am I saying? There are no 13-year-old virgin dudes in Honduras. So anyways, but you know what I'm saying. Rolled on the hindquarters of the finest Clydesdale horses you could ever imagine. And it is the matriculation of their booty sweat and the efforts of the rollers that contribute to the true musk that comes off of every puff of smoke that comes from that cigar.
Now that's a description. I liked it.
That's more than a description. Oh, shit. Well, Matt, let's get into a little bit. With your jewelry and your accessory lines, we know you got cutters and you got lighters, but I believe I read it right. Coming this year in May, you have some new lighters coming out, new designs.
Well, no, I mean I have a stainless series that I was developing last year, lighters and a full collection, which I'm taking to market in the end of May at one of the at the jewelry industry trade show. I'm putting that out in the market then, as well as the end of summer, the big fashion shows come back around. I'll be doing fashion accessory to support some of my boutique accounts. The lighters are part of that push, but nothing. I mean, I'm always working on new designs. And then again, we have that series. You might be thinking of the series with Zycar. We're releasing new stuff with them this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
New designs. Apparently, our series was the most successful private label series in the history of their company. Toot toot.
Congrats.
So I'm very proud of that.
Should be.
And well, thank you.
Yeah, they are pretty sick. They're pretty badass. I will say that.
Thanks, man.
They're pretty badass. I seen a lot like on your names. Your names are pretty unique. I know you said the one shot, one kill comes up with Marines and your buddy, but how do you come up with all these names? Is there a format, or you just wing it?
I come up with a lot of shit, man, and it just really comes out. I don't really know where it comes from, but anyone I think that knows me can attest to the fact that I just don't stop spouting shit all the time. When I'm not focused on something. I do like the idea. My brand never had a Spanish, well, I mean, except, the LA West Coast vibe, but that's kind of a different kind of Spanish vibe, I guess you would say. But, getting into tobacco and seeing how, obviously the culture, this comes from generations and generations of people and families that have worked in this business for eons, right, in Latin America. And, so I thought, well, if we're going to use Spanish, then we should use Spanish words that are funny, because I like humor. It is the medicine, I think, that can carry us all through a lot of shit and then some.
Amen to that.
So.
Yep.
Right. So a lot of the names are funny, and funny so that when I'm talking to the production manager at the factory in Honduras, they laugh every time they say it, no matter how many times they've said it, because it's funny, and that's what I like. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. Good.
Now, Matt had a question here in the chat channel about Camacho's.
Chat channel, Matt. Go.
About see, now you got me all tongue-tied. Look at that.
He lost his train of thought.
Yeah, look at you.
Man, I quit.
Let's go. Okay, hold on. I'm taking it back. Take a breather. Collect yourself. We don't have to have such a volatile environment. I understand. Okay, and go.
He wanted to ask if you saw any issues or benefits with Camacho being acquired by Davidoff. uh,
Oh fuck! How long do we have for this show?
yeah.
As long as you want. Go ahead.
Man. That's a good question, Matt. It
Yeah,
was Matt,
Matt.
right?
Yep.
Matt, that's a very good question. I think that for me, I'm never done learning in any aspect, and being a fly on the wall, so to speak, But did I say that well, or did I say that good? Anyways, being a fly on the wall throughout that whole process was a tremendous business education for me, and helped me grow as a businessman. There are positives and negatives to every situation that exists under the sun. Every relationship is a form of compromise in one way or another. I started working with Christian in the fall of 2008, and we worked out an arrangement of sorts on a napkin in the living room of his family's home in Donley, Honduras. And then a couple months later, he said, by the way, sold my company, good luck, peace. And I was like, whoa, whoa, oh. And then began a semi-long period. There was a lot of uncertainty at times, but always a good deal of hope that things were going to turn out the way that they did, which is just effing peachy at this point. So, if I could have danced around that question any better, I think that, I saw nothing more fitting than the picture of me in the tutu, which I believe is still up there. I danced around that shit like a ballerina, Matt, didn't I? No, I'm just saying, hey, man, good stuff, bad stuff, it is what it is. I'm working in partnership with another company. So, there's a little bit of politics in there, especially with the size of the company that they are. The company has global reach. If they would ever choose to employ that for my series, well, man, that would be probably a good idea. But that, the Swiss work in mysterious ways, mysterious ways. But they are very shrewd business people, and I know that whatever they're doing is obviously in the best interest of the company and their house of brands. I am kind of a guest, if you will, in their situation. So, I am working in partnership with them, but I'm not. I am the owner of my brand, and I am the owner of all my series and lines and whatnot. So it's really a partnership. And I see nothing but great things in the future.
Cool.
Does that sufficiently answer the question? Without
That's fine. That's a good.
Well done.
Good political.
Good. Thank you. I need encouragement like that.
Oh, you're getting plenty of. Well, listen, Matt. What do you think about? What's your thoughts on cigarellos?
What are your thoughts about me in corduroy underpants?
Jesus Christ! I don't even want to. I don't have those thoughts, and nor do I want to.
They feel so comfy on the inside, but then they chafe the inner thighs.
Yeah.
It's the texture.
Silk.
Cigarillos, man, I like them. Yeah. Well, I don't wear any cotton drawers, man. To quote my good friend Dolomite, rest in peace. I like them. I like them. They're like little cigars. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, that was done.
So Matt, are you still playing? You're still a musician? Are you still playing? Do you have time to play?
Oh, your question kills me. Oh my God, man. I miss music every day, man.
Yeah.
There's nothing more beautiful than writing, playing, performing. It's a phenomenal thing, Every time, beginning of last year, I got back together with some guys that I had played with before, and we were, and a couple new guys, and we were writing some amazing material, man. It's really cool. And then, the next thing I knew, I hadn't made a rehearsal in 2 months, and I had to call and say, sorry, man. I mean, it's kind of the stage of life I'm at, man. if I, nothing comes without sacrifice, and no matter how gorgeous was, music didn't pay the fucking bills.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
There you go. The bills have got to be paid.
Yeah, man. Daddy's trying to retire. Daddy's not trying to live in the studio for the rest of his life. So, music is a beautiful thing. And I have the highest hopes that I can somehow, I have to, because if you are so inclined and you don't play, there's something missing from your life. And this is one of the sacrifices I've made to do what I do. I mean, I think that when people see me, I'm not, I don't flip on into character mode. I'm just who I am, but they don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and they don't know what I have to go through to be there, or what I've gone through to get there. And I mean, like, over the last couple years, or just fucking physically the chain of airplane flights that I had to take to get there. And I'm like, on decongestants because I'm coughing up parts of my lungs, shatting out parts of my intestines. Like I can't, it's like I'm like, whatever I have to go through to be there in the moment. I don't think people get that, because it is, and they don't need to, it's, because that would be, if they heard me bitching about, God, did you see these bills, or, why does my butt muscle hurt that way, or like I miss my dog, or what, it would just be, I don't know, it might sour the experience. So we just got to be in the moment and enjoy. And has the thought of me in the corduroy graced your mind again, or is that
totally blocked it out?
That's all I'm thinking about.
That's fucked up. Thank you.
Maybe later in the bathroom it will.
Oh, in the shitter?
Yep.
In the shitter.
Shitter, sir?
Now, Matt,
does that
answer I think that answered very nicely. I wanted to ask, I don't know if you have any right now or not, but do you have, or are you planning any brand stores for your items?
Man, that is something that I'm eager to do. I have been in talks with a couple different parties that may be interested in, because it's going to take a support network of its own. Obviously, I will not be there to man the helm every day.
Right.
I have to be out doing what I'm doing to make the brand move forward. It is something that is on the to-do list, as they say. Flagship showroom, if you will. As to when that will come to fruition, only the cosmic gods of business and advancement know that for certain.
I think that would be a great thing, especially in the bigger cities.
The centerpiece of each store will be a toilet.
Welcome to the shitter.
Yeah.
That's it. From New York with love.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, what can we expect from Room 101 and yourself in the future?
That's kind of a broad question, no?
Yeah, it's very broad. So you still got time.
Hellfire, sodomy, the end of the universe.
I knew we were going to get that.
Locusts, death of the firstborn. What are all the
that answers it.
Yeah. Man, what you can expect from me is you can expect from me to either get there or die trying. You can expect to see my face, my body, my brand, wherever you turn, wherever you go. You're not getting rid of me. I will only get stronger or die trying, because I have an idea, and it will either be or I will not be. So this brand has come a long, long way since its inception, and it will only go that much further. So that's what you can expect from me.
Nice. Well, let's see, Mike. Well, Matt, we'll ask you the infamous question I asked everybody who's a manufacturer on the show. And be honest.
I'm not
Loggers, love them or hate them?
Love them in what way? Like in a
Just not in a homo way. Like
in a
you
public
appreciate
bathroom in a park way, or
like you appreciate them, or you know, you fucking hate them. Either one.
Actually, that's kind of romantic. Like if you were in a public park bathroom, 3 a.m., very quiet, the air is still, romance is in the air, along with other flavorful aromas from the light a candle, put on some very white. Now we have these iPhones, iPods, put on some very white romance.
Feel the corduroy against your skin.
Wow, I'm kind of turned on right now.
This is twisting delight at its finest, man. Look at this collaboration. It's like 3 grown men getting together talking about humping in public bathrooms. I can't even think. Man, is there any? I mean, is George Michael? Are you out there? I mean, what is going on?
He's hanging out with Pee Wee Herman right now.
You know what I'm saying? Let's. This is, bro. This could be a new series.
Yeah, we could make it happen.
3 a.m. lover, and you'd have and you would just have the sizes would be. Go ahead, somebody use it. It's fine. I got it. I got it all day long. 2 minutes after this, I'll have another idea. So just go ahead and use this one. The 3 a.m. lover, and you'll have the sizes will be the names of public restrooms that have names. Which some of them do, some of them don't. So you're gonna have to do a little research. Oh
man.
Public toilets. So love them or hate them. You know what, man? The bloggers that I know personally, I like a lot, man. I think it's a really unique. The cigar business is a really, really unique animal because you have in my opinion, it's a collection, an old soul, old world collective. The people here, I mean, I have never felt so at home in my life, you know, except that one time in the public restroom at 3 a.m. That's a different story. It's just it was very gentle and made me feel very comfortable.
We'll get to that on our new show.
Yeah, new show.
We all needed to ride one.
I'd like to be a sponsor, you know. I'd like to be a sponsor of that. It's kind of funny. It's like people ask me if I want to sponsor a lounge in their store. I say, no, I want to sponsor your can. Can I put up velvet paintings in your can? And they look at me like, if I leave the room and at least one person is looking at me or someone else like, what I have accomplished. I have left my mark. And that, well, you know what I'm saying. It's like mental skid marks. I leave them. So, I think that, and you know, you have this old world, old soul culture, and you have this new. It's techno retro. It's modern technology, but with old school people. And I've never come across another industry that is so plugged in, so hardwired into the internet. I mean, that's why the launch of our first cigar was such a success. The implementation of social media in the blogosphere was instrumental in the launch of my brand in premium tobacco. I watched it happen. I was a naysayer. I was like, blah. And I was like, oh, well, that actually works. Wow, that's nice. So, you know, I have, you know, hey, nothing is without ups and downs. I have known of misinformation being put out there. But then again, I think they do a lot better than the nightly news, man. I mean, if you've ever known anybody that was involved in a story that was televised, not saying I have, just saying that if you did, you quickly realize that they're lucky if they even have the names of the people right, let alone what happened. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, you know, the bloggers are, you know, 150% more on the ball than, say, Channel 11 News or whatever. I think that they you know, they owe it to themselves and to the people that they speak about to confirm their information, you know, before they put out major major things. But I think that, you know, even people that I've seen get something not 100% correct have done the honorable thing and continue to do so by checking in and getting the facts straight, man. So I think, and, you know, been in the business long enough to even watch these guys kind of evolve an additional 3-4 years to, you know, from where they were when I came in.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Does that answer your love them hate? There's
Absolutely, it answered.
there's love, no hate. You know, it's not a hot and cold situation. I think that they bring a lot to the table, man, and there are people out there hungry for information, and they've got it. You know, so I think it's a positive thing.
Yeah, it's a quicker medium than what most cigar manufacturers have been used to.
Well, of course. Well, that's the old. This is what I'm saying.
Right.
That's the old school meets the new school. And all of them, every last one of them, bloggers, listen up. I think about you in your mom's underwear. Right now, I just went through my mental Rolodex. Each one of you, I thought about in your mama's underwear. What do you think of that? Positive, good or bad? Good or bad?
I think it's great because I'm wearing my mom's underwear right now.
Okay.
I'm not wearing anything actually from the waist down, so that's even better.
That's just great. You know, you could have mentioned that earlier. This could have been a totally different party. I don't want to get sidetracked though, man. I want to make sure that we cover all the serious stuff, all the cigar stuff.
Well, believe it or not, Matt, we covered it, and the hour's up. See that?
Ooh la la!
No shit.
Look at.
Just like that, quick and painless. Well, Matt, before we let you go, is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to touch base on before we let you go? Anything you want to let all the people that are enjoying Room 101, whether it's the silver, whether it's your cigars, anything you want to let the people know?
The people.
The people.
The people. You know what, man? I feel blessed, man. I really do. I feel, you know, Guy Fieri is is a good friend and longtime supporter of our brand. I mean, a lot of people are very well aware of our relationship. You know, and when people ask me what I think of him, you know, is that really him that we see on TV? I tell him absolutely, and I say, you know what, that man is just a regular cat that made it, and has never lost sight of that. And you know, my mom was not the you know, the head accessory buyer for Neiman Marcus. My dad was not David Yurman. I wasn't born with any specific advantage to anyone else, you know, and I fought for every inch of every millimeter of every centimeter of every. Wait, I said that backwards because inches don't, you know, it's you understand what I'm saying. I fought for every footstep I've taken in a forward direction, man, and never have gotten anywhere without honoring commitments, doing it the right way, leveraging relationships that I made in a positive manner, and taking care of those that took care of me and continue to take care of me. I feel ultimately blessed to even be where I'm at today and charted in the direction where I'm going, you know, and you know, even doing a show like yours, man, it's never lost on me. I might fuck around a lot and talk a lot of shit because I just like having a good time, but at the end of the day, you know, it's not lost on me for a second. You know, you wouldn't be scheduling me 2 months in advance, calling me back when I can't make the show, and then accepting my substandard you know, capabilities, sans video for your video show, just because, and thank you so much for understanding. I'm just in the process of a move. But, you know, it's never lost on me for a second. And I'm just very thankful, man. And anyone that I haven't met yet in this business, I'm just like I'm a kid before Christmas or whatever other holiday you may celebrate at that time of year. I just, you know, I can't wait to put my hand in there, shake their hand, have a proper conversation, and just, I love it. I'm living a dream life, and I can't even, and it's not, obviously, it wasn't handed to me by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like I'm living the dream, man, and it's really because of everybody that decides to choose my product over someone else's product, whatever class of goods that may be.
Good.
You know,
well, we're very glad we had you on. We're glad we got all the scheduling conflicts out of the way, and we're just glad you came on. It was a fun hour, and we would love to have you back on again.
No pants.
No pants next show.
Absolutely.
Pants
no
free.
Well, you clearly we didn't get the memo, but you were already there. I mean, if we had known, we could have joined you. It
Every
would've
show.
been
Every
a
show is
trifecta,
tax-free.
a strange cyber love triangle,
Yeah. I just like the way my leather chair feels on my sack. That's all.
right? See, the leather to sack, man. I'm telling you, it's
See?
where it's at.
It is. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh.
Were there any more questions? I don't want to leave any kids.
No, I think we got everything. Everybody in the chat room asked their questions. I think we're covered. You got anything?
No, I just want to thank Matt again for joining us. It's been a really great show, and I think we learned a lot. And hopefully, I'll get to meet you in person one of these days.
The anticipation is killing me. Why has it been so long?
You don't like Pennsylvania and New York, I guess.
I actually love those places. I don't think they like me too much. That's the problem. They need to like me more, and then I can come there.
Well, I'll see you in August. I told you your schedule already.
Thank you for that, sir.
Nope.
I appreciate it.
No problem, brother. All right, everybody. Well, that's Matt Booth. And Matt, thank you so much. We hope you have a great rest of your day and
have fun moving.
Keep it between the lines, buddy.
I will. Hugs and kisses on all your mama's pink parts. I really appreciate the time. I'm honored, and I will see all of you out there on the battlefield.
All right, brother. Thanks, Matt. Have a good one, buddy.
Take care, guys.
All right,
Much
bye.
respect.
You
Later.
too. Bye.
Alrighty, now I am here by myself, and seeing a little bit of massive CPU usage here, but hopefully everything is still coming through okay. But we'll be joined by my partner in crime here very shortly. One of these eons he will show up as I get everything moved into the proper locations. But I think it was a great show with Matt. It was fun and interesting, and I agree 100% with Matt. You have to have fun in life. You can't just go through with everything being serious. as I just dropped everything on the floor, I can't hear anything. Go ahead, Mike, take it away.
All right. Yeah, no, I agree with you. It was a great show. I'm glad we finally got it to happen. It took a while. We had some conflicts, and everything worked out. He was a great guest, and it was fun. But I want to say something quick before people start leaving the chat room. Next Saturday is our 1-year anniversary show. We're putting up a show next Saturday, 1 o'clock, same time. And I'll tell you, you want to tune in because the manufacturers have been so kind and so generous to us that we have some amazing giveaways next Saturday, and you got to be in the chat room. So make sure everybody joins us next Saturday for a live show. It's basically what we're going to do is we're going to have myself, Mike, and Matt on. We're going to bullshit. We're going to have some guests call in, some manufacturers, and we're actually hoping to take some calls from the chat room. So if you do want to chat with us that day, what you have to do is go download Skype and send me a request at Hogman211. That's Hogman211, and I'll accept it. And the day of the show, we'll get people on, and we'll just shoot the shit, have some fun. But great giveaways, and I want to thank all the manufacturers who we reached out to. Everybody was so kind and so generous to help us out for that anniversary show. So I just want to get that out there before everybody left the chat room. And again, always thanks to everybody in the chat room because, like I say, without you guys, there's no show, so we really appreciate it.
Definitely, and you really want to tune in next Saturday. Spread the word around. I think people are gonna, you're gonna be impressed with some of the things out there. I mean, we'll have a little preview video probably come up this week sometime, this coming week before Saturday.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
Yeah, we'll just have fun.
Yes, man, you got it.
Yep, Hogman211. So anyway.
Yep, that's it. Hogman211.
That's
it.
That is
right?
it.
Another showdown, another year, 1 year. The first year, our virgin year is over. So that's that was good. And again, thanks to everybody out there, and thanks to all the manufacturers and all the guests we had on in the past year. You guys really you made our show, and we appreciate it. That's it for
they
me.
have hung with us through our beginnings as we struggled to get things going, and choppy video and awful quality, and now we're here where we are, and
We got some new shit.
Yeah,
coming. We got new shit coming next year. I think you're gonna like the format of next year's show. We got some great changes coming up. We think it's really gonna give you people, the guys who are sitting there smoking the cigars like we are, a chance to actually call in and talk to the guests. So we're working on that. That's going to be our next major step. So again, thanks everybody, and that's all I got. So until the next time.
And Matt brought up a good thing. I want to thank Rodrigo Cigars and East Coast Cigars again.
Yes.
We're bad at doing it. That's why we put the logos up there through the whole video so you can see it while we have the guest on. That they are our sponsors to keep us ad-free, so you don't have to worry about those crappy ads coming up. Like there again in the beginning. I mean, you know, everybody hung with us while we were going through all that. So we definitely want to thank them for sponsoring us there, and we have very nice sponsors on the website and more sponsors coming up, and it's great.
It's growing. It's definitely growing. Oh, and another thing too. Geez, there's so much to say. By the time the next show comes up, if you have an iPad or an iPhone or even Android,
you can any device at all. We should have it set up for chat. So
you'll be able to chat from your phone.
Yes, and we just have to get that set up. And now if you're on was it the iPhone, the iPad? I don't know if the iTouch is included or not. Probably is, because it uses the same thing. But those you will be able to use an actual app from the App Store. It's free, as far as I know. You know, it's a free app.
It's free. It's called Parachat.
Yeah, Parachat. But you'll be able to use that now. Everybody else, whether you have WebOS, touchpad, you have Android, you have anything known to man that doesn't have Java natively on it, will actually have a link where you can go to that link and it'll take you right into the chat on your device. So we'll be able to get people even on the road will be able to join in.
Yep. So all right, well, that's pretty much it, guys. So we hope to see all you Saturday, so we can we got plenty of giveaways, so we hope everybody gets something nice that you guys will enjoy. And I think you're going to be happy to be there. And I think it'll be fun just to actually have you guys call in so we can actually talk to you, because we don't get to talk to you except from the chat room. So hopefully you guys will be here, and we'll see you all next Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dennis, Droid tablets. Yeah, what is a Droid tablet, Mike?
They rule, you know it. Just deal with it.
That's it. All right, guys. Well, listen, we're out of here. Thanks again so much for spending an hour of your Saturday with us. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.